wrong with you?
What?
Like what you be on? Like what's your angle? Like the way what you?
I'm an angry.
I figured.
I wake up just like the rest of you that shoot up the neighborhood. I wake up angry just like everybody else and go to the club that don't pay attention to no that tap his pocket and say there go them. I ain't no different than that.
You are angry and always popping your you are happy. So now you contradicting. I be checking you out. You popping shit. You like a rapper or something now, ain't you?
Well, the rappers have always mimicked the players from the streets. The rappers have never came up with their own identity.
So you a carbon copy?
No. I was born before rap. I mimicked Uncle Wayne them, who had a watch, who had a chain, who had a pinky ring, and who had cars that they own in barbershops. Yeah, I'm a barbershop. But to go back to your feelings, yeah, contradicting.
No, we standing on business. This ain't no feelings.
No,
we picking your brain.
I don't like talking to young.
How
old are you?
I ain't young.
How old are you?
I'm old enough to know I'm standing on business. Answer the question.
How old are you? Because you asked me a question and you won't let me answer. You asked me a question,
but you on some police shit. I asked you something. You go with the police question.
Your first question. Your first question was.
What's the first question? Let me see if my old ass got it in there.
Get back their money. They won't let me answer the question. Get their money.
Hey man, get your old ass back. Hey, get your sister back over here.
Man, get him their money. Let's go. They asked me 50 questions at one time.
Well, man, small ass. You ain't your team. It's this real boy with them old backs on. Where your little out here? Hey, matter of fact, where that coat I gave that bum? Get that from this bum. Hey, get that coat from that bum.
Where the money on?
He ain't run that paper back.
Man, I don't know what he talking about.
What he talking about? Run that paper through, man.
I don't know what money on.
Count this paper. Burn it.
We ain't even had that in the crowd.
I don't run to the level and that agree.
You know he's gonna run that bull.
And count the paper too.
Hey, we felt that.
Let me count that paper.
Let's count that.
Let me count that paper. Don't even make it off.
He's walking me the room. Yo, Charleston White took to the Go Crazy podcast TV and went kind of crazy on the hosts that was there because they was asking him serious questions and was kind of on his game. See, Charleston White a lot of times like to go places and like to troll the people that he's interviewing with and switch them up with different questions. Also blame them as if they're young and they don't understand anything. But a lot of people are starting to pick up on his contradicting ways and his hypocrisy ways and the way that he kind of mimics his style after the same people that he talks stuff about or talk crap about, like the rappers and all of this other stuff. And then his excuse is that he's dressing like the street dudes and all of this stuff. But he always talks about the street dude. Now this time he's talking about the barbershop. So because he felt like his point was getting pressured or he was getting more pull from this interview compared to any other interviews that he's recently been on, he felt the energy and he was talking about their feelings, but he was the one that was actually in his feelings if you watched the interview that I just played. So clearly, Charleston White to me is being, to me, more soft than anything, sensitive than anything, and he's being exposed by the people who's interviewing him at the Go Crazy podcast. And I'm gonna try to react to their full entire video of what actually went on in a different live video after this video, because I have to really figure out what really went on in that interview, because it was so much you could tell the disdain and how you can tell how off-putting Charleston White felt immediately. This is right after leaving, I believe, another one from the 20 girl situation when they tried to bring in somebody that was from the opposite sex, and then he walked out of that interview. So Charleston White constantly has been turning down money, walking out of interviews as of late because of his emotions and his feelings. But he's gonna say that the other people are being emotional and being all of this other stuff because he doesn't want to take ownership that he's actually sensitive, and he doesn't allow people to actually get their full opinion off on him, even if it's different than what he believes. He wants yes men and people to just agree with everything he says blindly. That's why he's talking about young people, all young people 24/7. Why? Because we're gonna push the envelope and we're gonna challenge what you're saying. But the people that's interviewing him were not young, quote unquote. They were saying they're old enough to even know that they need to stand on business at the moment. And to me, they're right. I agree with a lot of stuff that they were saying. I agree with how they were saying it. I believe that he just never felt a group of people or two men specifically who just don't like bow down to him, just don't try to yes man him, and a little bit more cerebral than he possibly give them credit for, because he thought he was probably doing an interview with two dumb dudes, but they were actually picking up on a lot of his game. If you peep how they were asking the questions, and they weren't even being malicious. He just took them maliciously because they were just bite back questions, would be questions to where they're kind of holding him to the fire, right? Which is why I feel like Charleston White needs to come down off of his high horse and actually realize that those guys weren't pressing him. They weren't being disrespectful. They were just asking him a question, and they were doubling down and standing on business. And he took it as a threat. And he took it so much as a threat that he had to walk out of the whole entire situation. But which is very interesting to me, if you notice in the video, Dewberry kept smiling and laughing and just sitting there laughing and smiling the whole time. If you notice anything about the Charleston White jump situation, Dewberry was almost the last person in the video to do anything, and he never does anything. So I don't know how this Dewberry guy works with Charleston White, and that's his security guard. But a lot of times when Charleston White feels heated, Dewberry doesn't have his back, it don't look like, even though supposedly he does. But it's just very interesting that he's sitting there laughing and snarking the whole time when Charleston White's feelings is hurt. So that's just my overview on the whole entire situation. To me, I feel like Charleston White is wrong. And I feel like he's been showing a lot of hypocrisy as of late in trying to be everything that he said that he doesn't like. And he's looking up to these rappers way more than he's talking about the young people looking up to him, because he's honestly mimicking them, the way he dressed, the way he walked, the way he talked. That's who he's acting like. But he's going to tell y'all that it's street dudes, and street dudes is like this and all this stuff, because he has to make it like his perspective is always right and nobody else is. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. It's a crazy video, and it seems like Charleston White is way more sensitive than what we've been led on to believe.